Recap. Oh, wow, it's all of them. Yeah, that's like almost 1,000-Year Storm, give or take. Okay, yeah, that's gonna have to get shot. DJ's got 26 cards in hand. It's pretty wild. Battle of card draw this game.
Today on Commander Replay, we up the power a bit as we check out this case of card draw deck and find out who can draw the most cards. Next on Commander Replay. Hey guys, there's two great ways to support the channel. All links are in the description below.
Welcome back, everyone. Playing some Queza Augur of Agonies today, and today's deck list comes to us from Patreon supporter Jared, and he's calling this list Quesadilla Card Draw. Let's take a look at this opener. 2 lands and a Signet. Oh man, if we had like something else. Are we gonna draw more lands? That's the question. This can be more ramp, I guess. We'll keep. A little nervous though. 35 lands in the deck, that's not too bad these days. Also, pretty low curve. Really tapers off at 4 and a few big things, but up here at the top, I mean, I guess a handful of big things up here at the top. But we should have ways to get to that, so I'm not too worried. So I've actually been putting the filming of this deck off for a little while because I think it's going to be incredibly strong, and for the most part, we just don't have the play group in Discord anymore for super strong commanders like this, so it's just been hard to work this one into the schedule. But here we are. I let everyone know that it's probably going to be real strong and real annoying. Essentially, Esper Wheels is the name of the game. I guess we'll read our commander. Queza is 4 mana for a 3/4. Whenever you draw a card, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So, Wheels.deck. There's that land we needed. Excellent. Nothing to do on 1, so let's play the Marsh Flats and go find something tapped. Oh, we could have went Fabled Passage first. Whoops. Punt. We get the Mistveil Plains. There's some double blue. We've got an island, though. I don't think it's time for Mistveil Plains yet. Oh, hey, we got a Triome. Triome sounds good. Let's take a look at what our opponents are playing today. First up is Sean piloting Jared Carthalion, True Air. Seen a teeny bit of Jared. From the little bit that I've seen, it becomes very Voltron-esque, and basically when they're the Monarch, just lay down all of the red removal, and everyone else's stuff will get blown away, and yours will be fine. That's a turn 1 Mystic Remora for DJ. Yeah, those are good. Those are good. Brings back to our turn. There is a Phyrexian Arena. How does this thing work? Put it on the battlefield tab. Then if you control 4 more... Well, messed that part up. Oops. Definitely should have played that one last turn. Hopefully it doesn't bite us too much. Play the Signet. They're going to draw with the Remora. Next turn, we can play the Arena and get this land in tapped. Seems like a reasonable play. What is this? Enter the battlefield's copy of an enchantment you control, except it has at the beginning of your upkeep. You may exile it, return it. Okay. Don't use these cards a lot. Have not played blue enchantments in ever? I don't know. A very long time? I was going to say a very long time, but ever? Maybe I have. I don't remember. But at the very least, it has been a long time. So this one resets itself at the upkeep. This one enters as a copy of any artifact or enchantment on the battlefield. Okay. Let's continue on our opponents. In the middle, we've got DJ Wars piloting Adeliz the Cinder Wind. Definitely played this one on the channel once or twice. And from what I remember of this one was a weird deck because the thing you think about is Wizard Spellslinger. But the problem that I ran into, and I forget who I was talking about with it, maybe it was DJ, maybe it was someone else, I don't remember, it was a couple years ago at this point, but we were talking about how you're kind of prone to drawing the wrong half of the deck with Adeliz. Like, at some points you need the creatures, and then after you have the creatures, you need the spells to pump up the creatures. And from when I played it, it just felt like we were drawing the wrong half of the deck problem, and the deck's creator at that point did say that they had experienced that a lot as well, and I wasn't entirely sure how to fix it with Adeliz. I guess the solution is just draw more cards, like draw a lot of cards, and in theory, you should run into the things that you need. There's a counterspell that could be helpful at some point. Let's get this Phyrexian Arena into the Mystic Remora. Yeah, they're going to be at 9 cards in hand. No big deal. Play that Fabled Passage. Okay, playing around our mistake here a little bit. Not so bad. We need double white for the moat creature thing. Magus in the moat. So we'll get a Plains. And our final opponent is D-Manny piloting Cormela Glamour Thief. 4 mana for a 2/4. Haste, pay 1, tap it to add Grixis for instants and sorcery spells only. And when it dies, return up to 1 target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. It's Grixis Spellslinger. That's what it does. I've seen it a couple times now, and you know, it's one of those decks that once it gets going, it's real hard to stop, unless you're playing counterspells, which, as sort of a rarity today, we do actually have a counterspell on hand, and are playing blue, which I haven't played as much blue of late. I will say, though, After finishing Boros Month, I am very excited to resolve some cultivates and some counter spells. I got a little carried away during Boros Month, so I am definitely excited to play some different color schemes and get access to some spells that I haven't played in a long time and just, get a different feel. There's a Signet for opponent, followed by a Sky Diamond. Yeah, in certain colors, these still make sense. Like, they're not terrible. Especially because, they have wizards. I imagine a lot of those wizards are probably, double and probably a few triple blue type things. And having a mana rock that taps for colored mana is a pretty big deal. So what, you have the Signet, you have Arcane Signet, Felwar Stone if someone else is in your colors. Yeah, still, it comes in tapped, which... Do you run this or do you run Mind Stone? It's a question of, how important is the colors to you? And in some decks, it's pretty important. Opponent plays a Frantic Search. Yep. Gets to do stuff for free. Discards a land and a Rionia. Cormela into play. Yep. Next turn, they gonna have a lot of ramp. Brings it back to our turn. There's the Phyrexian Arena trigger. Love to catch a land. No lands. Ouch. Well, that's frustrating. Part of me wants ramp. Part of me wants another Phyrexian Arena, so we don't miss any more lands. Part of me knows that we should shoot this Cormela. Yeah, I think make another Phyrexian Arena. Copying the arena, then path the Cormela. He's going to tap for some mana. This is a counterspell. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. One in your hand, rest in the graveyard. No, not a counterspell. Just trying to get some value before it goes away. I can live with that. Sean appears to be stuck on mana. That is unfortunate. He played this as a land too, which, if he had a third land, he could have gotten out of his whatever's in his hand. That's all unfortunate. There's a Goblin Electromancer. Yeah, that makes crazy things happen. There's a Teferi's Ageless Insight. Draw more cards. Yep. That's a clever impersonator. Arena or Insight, maybe? Gets a Teferi's Ageless Insight. Yeah, that seems like it could be real good. That's a Curse Mirror. Gets a Goblin Electromancer. Gonna poke DJ. See if they want to trade Electromancers? I'd love to see it. Brings back to our turn. Why are there 3 Phyrexian Arena triggers? Oh, one's the change enchantment thing. I'm following. Mystic Sanctuary, not exactly the land that we were looking for. Reliquary Tower, on the other hand, is a better pickup. Play the Reliquary Tower. Let's get our commander. Unfortunately, we're not going to have enough for the counterspell back up this turn, which I don't love. If we had just made that land drop, we could hold up a counterspell right here and prevent things from going terribly. But instead, we're just going to play this Elixir of Immortality and pass like that. And then hope we untap with all this stuff, and then we can kind of start playing the control game a little bit with these things. See what else we draw into, all that sort of stuff. I do fully expect removal to come in our direction, though, if opponents have any. Surprisingly, we don't have a wheel yet. Ooh, Sean missed another land. There's a Gaddock the Wizened. Draw X cards. Whenever you cast a blue spell, tap target non-land permanent and opponent controls. Disgusting. Opponent's up to 12 cards in hand. Ooh, boy, do we ever need to get this counterspell online. I'm sure there's going to be something nasty in there. This could be... Ooh, yeah, copying the Teferi's Ageless Insight could be very interesting with the Mirror Maid. DJ is going to poke over to D-Many. Yep. Kind of need to find a blue land. I'm trying to hold off on this Mystic Sanctuary for now. What do we need? I should read this again. I haven't played it in a while. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 3 or more other islands. When it enters the battlefield untapped, put an instant or sorcery back on top. So we need 3 other islands. We have 2 currently. Would love to catch another island off the top. That's the Raven form, yep. Thought that might happen. Queza back to the command zone. And a Burning Rune Demon. Gross. Opponent's got Echo of Eons and Commit to Memory. It doesn't really matter. Commit is kind of annoying. Yeah, let's put the Commit to the... Wait, is that the one in the hand? Oh, nope, I think I said... Nope, yep, I wanted to go the other way with that. Whoopsie. Oh god, those are some cards. Those are indeed some cards. So we want to flash in a Notion Thief when he goes to wheel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still missing those lands. Missed 2 now. It's turn 6. It's so rough. Yeah, so that being the case, we're just going to get this Orzhov Signet in. And then we're going to have to Notion Thief. I guess we play the Mystic Sanctuary. And then wait for the opposing wheel, I think. Sean finally hits his 4th land. Off color, though. Can't get his commander. But if he has like a double ramp spell now, like a Sky Shroud Claim or something, that could get him out of this mess. But doesn't look like he has one. All right, we have no max hand size, which is helpful right here. Man, I would love to have this in. Missing those lands. Just absolutely killing us. And this deck at like 35 isn't that bad for a deck that's going to draw a lot. But this is MTGO, and MTGO, you usually just need to run 1 or 2 extra than what you normally would in paper. Don't know why that is. Oh, opponent can tap down Signets. And, they're going to tap down the Burning Rune Demon. Okay, that's good. If they tap down Signets, that could be an issue. There's Adeliz. What are they targeting with this? Targeting our creature, that's okay. They draw a card. Crash through. Okay, still not tapping our Signet. As long as they don't tap the Signet, like, they can do all the damage they want here as long as they don't kill us. Shadow Rift is not what I was hoping on. What's getting tapped? Oh, Sean's Shadow Spear. Luckily not going after our mana. If they went after a Signet right here, that would either force us to go Notion Thief early, and then they can see it, or not cast it and wait till next turn, which would probably be very bad from a tempo standpoint. Who's taking the damage? Spreads it around. That's fine. DJ's tapped out, so we just need to hope that D-Manny doesn't have removal or a counterspell. Oh man, he's going to draw double. Ugh. Yeah, not if Notion Thief sticks. There's the Echo of Eons. Try the Notion Thief. See if this sticks. It does not. Oh, he's got the commit. Oh, because I did it in the wrong order. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. What we can do is put a stop on our upkeep. No, because we're not going to have... No, yeah, we lose that hand. Okay. Swansong, Wrath of God is a decent starting place. Soul Ring helps a bit. God, he has so many cards in hand. Now we lose a... Oh, I guess... No, we have a counterspell right here, but that's not a hard counter on everything. Frantic Search. Ugh. Hate that card. How much white mana do we have? I think we have enough to make the plays I want to make. I think I want to go Wrath of God, Esper Sentinel, see what we draw. Maybe sit on a... No, well, we can sit on Swansong. Untaps 3. Yep. Felwar Stone. Liquid Metal Torque. God, they both have 14 in hand. Brings it back to our turn. We get our double arena triggers. Oh, there's our own Teferi's Ageless Insight. That'll be a big pickup. And an untapped land, which I like. And more lands. Okay, okay. Let's play the Soul Ring. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can get to 9. 9 means Wrath of God, Ageless Insight, and Esper Sentinel. I think I like that. Play the Marsh Flats. Start with the Wrath of God. Play the Ageless Insight. Then get this Esper Sentinel. Do we need Esper Sentinel? You know what? I think we're probably better off sitting on Swansong. Let's get Hollowed Fountain. Untapped. Yeah, sitting on Swansong seems like a much better idea. Stop a Rift or something nasty like that. Next turn, as long as we don't get crushed by, like, artifact removal or something, we're actually going to have a decent amount of mana to our name to the point where we can start thinking about, like, Commander plus Wheel. Here's a Kodama's Reach. He badly needs that, but, you know, we're trying to set up for a play. I mean, it's not just going to end the game, I don't think, but probably kill one player, more or less. Well, maybe it's not 40. Everyone's still in really high life. Not a very aggressive kind of game, so life totals are still pretty high. 3 decks. Well, the Wizards deck is sort of an aggro deck. It's weird. It's like a weird spell slingery aggro deck. D-Manny's definitely on combo. We're on combo. Sean just has been mana screwed, so he would be representing some of the aggro. What Sean needs to hope for is that, like, the 3 blue decks kind of counter each other into oblivion and make it so no one really gets a lot going. That would be his best scenario. Like, a Cyclonic Rift would actually be pretty good for Sean because it would crush the rest of us. He would only lose Shadow Spear. He's only losing 1 mana, right? That would be a pretty beneficial Cyclonic Rift to him. Reliquary Tower for DJ. Yep, he's got no max hand size. Arcane Bombardment. Whenever you cast the first instant or sorcery each turn, exile an instant or sorcery card at random from your graveyard, then copy it. You may cast any number... Oh, what? You may cast any number of the copies without paying their mana costs. That seems like something we should counter. That seems really powerful. The only saving grace is they don't have much in their graveyard. I'm going to let that go through only because D-Manny's also got a loaded hand. Felwar Stone. I guess this shuts off graveyards. Okay. Uh-oh. Turns this into an artifact. Uh-oh. Is that going to kill it? No, it's fine. Consider. The thing triggers, but there's no instants and sorceries in the graveyard. Yeah, we've got 1 Swan Song to try and stop whatever D-Manny's going to do this turn. Not thrilled about that. Recast Cormela. That's good in the sense that uses up a lot of mana. They do get some back just because it does generate mana, but, you know, after shooting it the one time, 6 mana is a pretty good amount. Oh, is he just going to pass? That looks like a Rift. Well, I think we're about to have a counterspell battle. If he's got Rift plus counterspell, how much mana does he have? That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Okay. We should be drawing a lot right here. Should we be copying the Insight? Maybe we should be. Chasm Skulker. Would love to get that in. I don't know when that's going to happen, though. Vindicate is helpful. There's a Signet. Okay. Okay. What does it say? Then if you have 4 or more lands, untap that land. Okay, play the Fabled Passage. Crack the Fabled Passage. Get an island, I guess? Austere Command on enchantments? We would lose our arenas, which isn't great. We'd also lose our Ageless Insight. Yeah, that doesn't seem worth it. That does not seem worth it. I'm going to start with this Esper Sentinel, because I feel like there might be some counterspell battles that are going to happen here. So if, well, I guess we only draw 1 off that, but like there's some chance we get to draw a few more. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Let's get this Signet in. I think it's time for our commander. Yeah, big mana play from us right here to try to get this thing back in. Really going to eat up a lot of the resources. Okay, that's all resolved. Think we just pass like that and hope our stuff survives. We could pick up a second counterspell. That would be fantastic with the Esper Sentinel. Land tax for Sean. Esper Sentinel. We draw 2 with that. That's Elhammeret's Archive. Okay, we can start working down our opponent's life here. I don't actually know who's more threatening, so we'll just spread it around the moment. Yeah, next turn, I'm going to switch this thing over to the Teferi's Ageless Insight. No, it's Legendary. We do not want to do that. We do not want to do that. This Elhammeret's Archive, though. We'll double the card draw, which seems very good. Xenagos is a magic card. It's a magic card that will get you killed. Shadow Rift, that's just a draw card. Okay. They're going to draw, we're going to find out exactly how this thing works. They can't pay for the Esper Sentinel, so we draw 2 more, which is cool. He can have this one. Rend. This spell can't be countered. Destroy target non-land permanent. If we don't need to counter anything, that could be helpful. Would love to shoot this red thing. Okay, so he exiles the Consider and then casts the copy of Consider. Does that happen every time? Like, does that continue to happen? Or is it only a one-time thing? Now, Shadow Rift is in the graveyard. Archmage Emeritus. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Oh, God. Ugh. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, draw a card. Oy. Here comes Adeliz. Okay, that's not an instant or sorcery spell. Wonder if they've got a counter of their own that they're sitting on. There's a Preordain. Okay, that triggers all the stuff. Does not... Oh, Notion Thief's back. I added this Aetherize into the deck. Was it Black Market Connections or whatever that's called? Not available on Magic Online yet, so... Usually tables in our pod are pretty aggro, so I figured an extra creature board wipe would be helpful. Not seeing so much aggro today. I mean, at some point, if this... if the Wizards deck gets their feet back under them, I mean, even Sean... next turn, Sean can, like, play his commander or something big and just whack someone over the head with it. So, you know, Aetherize helpful for that sort of stuff. Arcane Bombardment. Recast the Shadow Rift. Oh, wow, it's all of them. Yeah, that's like almost 1,000-Year Storm, give or take. Okay, yeah, that's gonna have to get shot. DJ's got 26 cards in hand. It's pretty wild. This thing's a 5/5. We have 14 cards in hand, so... Battle of card draw this game. Recast Mystic Remora. Ugh. Yep, that's going to happen. I mean, I wonder if we can make him draw from an empty library. Let's see what D-Man he's sitting on. That just, it feels like a rift so much. He's going to swing over to Sean. Yeah, Sean hasn't really taken too much this game. Let's see what D-Man he's got at the end step here. Factor Fiction is not a rift. Wow, I think he just paid for the Remora. How often do you see that? Massacre Worm. Yeah, we lose a thing in the Massacre Worm. Arcane Denial. Raven Form is back. What's this one do? Mill 3 cards. Return a creature. Raven Form, Arcane Denial, or 2 lands, Massacre Worm. Yeah, the interaction's probably going to be annoying here. I have to imagine he goes Arcane Denial, Raven Form. No, he went for the Massacre Worm lands. Huh. Well, let's see what he's got this turn. We know he has the Massacre Worm. In some sense, I would like to see the Massacre Worm, just because that's a lot of mana to use, and then it shrinks the size of the possible counterspell battle that we might have. Yeah, there's the Massacre Worm. We'll lose the Esper Sentinel, but I can live with that. Still got a pretty good amount of mana. What's that, like 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 or 8. Can still do a lot with that. 3 creatures die. There'll be some life loss. Oh, that's a Rionia. Yeah. So they would make a... Oh, crap. Yep. Okay. We need our commander to stick right here. Which means I think we Void Rend this Massacre Worm. Luckily, the spell can't be countered. There's still a few ways around it, like Narcissus Reversal and stuff. Is he going to try to counter it? He's going to commit something. Oh, he puts the spell top of our library. Wow. Wow. Okay, our commander is going to go down. Yep, there's a bunch more Massacre Worms. We lose our commander. Back to the command zone. Now, like, we probably have to Austere Command. I'm really thinking about enchantments. over to each of the other two players. Exile the Massacre Worms. Brings it back to our turn. We really need like a blue ritual or something. Like we have so many cards and just we haven't been able to get the mana to cast them all. Damnation's good. Damnation is much less mana. Enter the Infinite. We have 63 cards. Would not kill the table. Although I guess we would... Can we lab man? How does that work with this thing? We have 13 mana if we played an untapped land. What's this thing? That's 12. That's not enough for this in lab man. All in one shot. There's a Fellwar Stone. Let's start with the Damnation. Wow, we have minimal black mana. Can't pay for the Remora. A bunch of things get blown up. D-Manny's going to get a spell back. I don't know if I love that. Goes for the Frantic Search. That's fine. 8 mana, 9 if we play an untapped land. That's 5. Yeah, so I think we have to play an untapped land. I think we go for the Time Reversal right here. Opponents are mostly tapped out, so if it's ever going to work, it's probably right now. Play the Command Tower. Play Notion Thief. Play Time Reversal. And just double check this. Then draw 7. Okay. Pray for no counterspells. Time Reversal happens. Our hand is freaking out. Wow. I can't believe that resolved. With, I don't know, what DJ have? Like 30 cards in hand or something? If he had any free counters at all, they definitely would have showed up right there. We have a hand size of 30 now. We have a Pact of Negation. We have a free counterspell. It just keeps going. Are we going to draw from an empty library? Because everything's like doubled. I've never had 3 Teferi's Ageless Insights in play. This is kind of a wild board state, to be completely honest. Here's a free card. Can play that. Do we have Metalcraft? Yeah, I think we do. Wow, Notion Thief is so backbreaking. Opponents have 0 cards in hand. And like, did everyone just scoop? Oh. No, we were eliminated. What just happened? I need to figure out the math of what just happened. I'm confused. So we drew from an empty library. I thought we had cards left in our deck. Huh. Well, there's a Bane of Progress for Sean. He can get into the... He can win this game. D-Manny said it would have been 70 cards drawn. I'm going to have to check the tape on this. I don't know what just happened. I mean, if we're going to kill ourselves, that's one way to do it, right? Yeah, D-Manny says, well, PJ lost but won in spirit. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. We made the play that we were supposed to make, just that there were 3 Teferi's Ageless Insights in play, and that really messed things up. Whoops. Man, I can't catch any breaks when I play blue combo decks. I don't know what that's all about. Always just miss like one thing, and then everything goes to crap. Oh my god, Sean... Sean gets a 30-30 Bane of Progress and just takes DJ out in one fell swoop. D-Manny's got no cards in hand. Just tell him you're welcome, buddy. Oh my god. Yeah, Sean is primed to win this game now. Oh my god. Oh, he hit the Amanadru's Augury. Okay, Sean's gonna have to dodge some bullets in order for that to happen. But I mean, that's, you know, he hasn't been able to do much all game, so that had to feel great. He blew up all the nonsense on the board and then just one-shotted someone out of the game. That might ease some of his frustration about the early part of the game. Feed the Swarm, definitely gonna eat that Bane of Progress. Still a Xenagos, though. You cast anything, right? Just cast a big creature, and that's still a problem. Winds of Rebuke could be a headache, because that could bounce the Xenagos, which you don't want. Raven Form. No, it doesn't hit the Xenagos, but yeah, he's got options. And there's a Mnemonic Deluge in there, which is always terrible. Gets the Solemn. Yeah, Winds of Rebuke on the Xenagos. Thought that might happen. Then he can, I think, Raven Form the Bane of Progress. He's going to Mnemonic Deluge. Oh god, on the Augury. I think that's basically his win condition. So he gets 3 more Amanatu's Auguries. This is where you go make a sandwich, because this is going to take a while to resolve. Sol Ring, Ashiok, Thassa. I do think that if I didn't misplay earlier with the commit, around like, was that turn 5 or so, I think we could have won the game, or virtually won the game, got a wheel to go off with the Notion Thief, which is like sort of game ending. I think we could have made that play happen if I just chose the right way on that Burning Rune Demon, which would make this a very different game. This would have been a very different game if that happened. There's Ashiok Dream Render. That one's super annoying. There's a Gray Merchant in there he's going to have to watch out for. It's also Archon of Cruelty. Yeah, that'll probably come in. Sean's going to have an uphill battle now. D-Manny's going to get so much value. So whenever you see D-Manny play this deck, And if you see me target him first, it's because I'm aware of, like, this sequence of plays happening. Amanatu's Augury, copy Amanatu's Augury, go wild, take 25 minutes to resolve everything. Generally trying to avoid that. There's a Soul Ring. That's a Deep Dwelling. Seems good with the Solemn. Yeah, there's the Archon of Cruelty. That'll eat the Bane of Progress. For Sean, I actually think a board wipe wouldn't be terrible. I mean, he's got to get through this Archon. You're just not going to get anywhere with this Archon if that sticks in play. So, like, Sean could go, like, Blasphemous Act, Xenagos. That would slow D-Manny down quite a bit. He can still get a little bit done with the Planeswalkers, but that's not nearly as bad as the 47 spells he's casting right now. Bane of Progress down. He has to discards a land. Lost a Wheel of Fortune in there somewhere. That would actually be helpful for him just to refill the hand. Although you don't want to refill D-Manny. Although maybe because D-Manny's got more stuff going. There's a Frantic Search. It's worth the risk. Tough to say. Is there a white board wipe that says destroy all creatures and planeswalkers? I feel like there should be. Because that's kind of what Sean would want right now. Farewell. Farewell is that card. That's what Sean would want right now. Does Hour of Devastation hit, Hour of Revelation would hit Planeswalkers. Does Hour of Devastation, the red one, hit Planeswalkers? Can't remember. Well, he's going to mill the grit. Yep, he's going to mill himself and then exile Sean's graveyard, so all that stuff goes away. All right, Sean's going to have to rip some stuff off the top, probably. That's an Archaeomancer. That's not one you want to see. That, because if he has any sort of control left at all, Winds of Rebuke is pretty annoying. It is now very difficult to get through what D-Manny has. He's just getting the Frantic Search back. Could be worse. He can blink it and get another thing, though. Does it again. So this turn is never going to end, is what you're telling me. Yeah, Sean scoops. He has too much going on now that with no cards in hand, it's just going to be too tough to get through all the stuff. Well, we didn't win, but I feel like we won. We did the thing we were supposed to do, which is, land a Notion Thief and drop a wheel. We couldn't keep our commander in play due to some other stuff that went down. I was trying to shoot the Rionia before they went to combat, but I guess it wouldn't have mattered because they had commit anyway, and that still got around our uncounterable spell, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, I think we got a good look at the deck. Like, we tried to establish the win a couple times, and with a few less mistakes, I think we could have had it. The one thing I am thinking about all of these expensive cards up here, mana-wise. I almost feel like you want, like, Thran Dynamo and Gilded Lotus in the deck, because trying to get some of these going, and especially to hold up a counterspell while casting any of it, you just need some big mana for that. So I might add a touch more ramp, in particular, bigger ramp like Gilded Lotus, like Thran Dynamo, while keeping all of this stuff. Like, I think this deck wants to have a lot of ramp in it. What do you cut? I have no idea. But yeah, it's just something I was thinking about, like, and I know we missed 2 land drops, which made it a little uncomfortable, and I have to wonder if we made those land drops, does that give us the tempo we need to eke out a win much earlier into the game? Like, if we could have got that Notion Thief down with, like, I don't know, a counterspell backup or something, then maybe we get that virtual win right there with Notion Thief. Tough to say. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you for watching. I want to thank my awesome Patreon supporters. We have one new Patreon supporter in Tim Riley. Tim, you are awesome. If you want to help support the channel, vote on which decks I play next, or if you want to get some good games of Spell Table, be sure to check out my Patreon, the link below.